Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Wow, I feel like it's been a while. I haven't been in front of the camera for like a week, but I'm getting used to it now. I guess law school had some benefits. It's really taught me how to like speak and be expressive and all that. Anyway, today I'm just gonna like answer a few questions. So the first question is, what question do I get asked the most? It's what are you? Usually it's like after someone's been staring at me for a while, and then you can tell that in their mind they're like, their eyes is just warring with their mind, and then they're like, what is she like, what am I seeing? I'm seeing white, but I'm also seeing black. It's just so confusing. So eventually they plug up the courage, and then they're like, what are you? And in my head I'm like, human. When I was younger, this really used to bother me, like, why are you asking me this? But now it's like, I know that they're not doing it maliciously. It's usually out of curiosity and not knowing exactly what they're seeing. So yeah, I used to just be like, human, you know? No, actually, scratch that. I'm not human. I'm a mutant, like I said before. Okay, I'm an Amen superhero. Amen army. Anyways, so I also wanted to address, I usually get asked like, albino, you're an albino, why don't you have red eyes? So why don't I have red eyes? My eyes are a bit complicated. They're like a mixture. They're like blue, green, grey sometimes, and when the light hits it, just like at the right place, they can appear yellow as well. My doctor says that it depends on the colour of my clothes. So isn't that amazing? How fascinating is that? That like the way the colour hits my clothes can affect my eyes. It's pretty, I think it's pretty awesome. So yeah, my eyes are not red, as you could probably tell. Most albinos' eyes aren't red. So for your eyes to be red, right, first you have to wear contact lenses, although I don't know why you'd want to do that unless you want to look like a vampire. You know, to each their own. Secondly, remember my first video how I explained the different types of albinism? So quick question, you know, to just test your knowledge. Which type of albinos completely lack the melanin pigment? Do you remember? Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I like you so much and I want you to learn. So it's OCA1. These are individuals who don't produce any melanin at all, so they appear white, so they're very pale. So their hair is white, their skin is white, their eyes are pale, their eyes just don't have any colours. So their irises, which is the part that has the pigmentation in your eyes, so the coloured part, lacks pigmentations, so it's completely clear, and as a result their eyes usually appear pink or red. So this is because the blood vessels in the retina, so the retina is basically the eyeball, can be seen because of how pale, because their irises are basically clear. So that's what happens. That's why their eyes appear red or pink. That's not their eye color, it's just the blood vessels. So due to the lack of color on the iris, that's why their eyes are red or pink. Okay? So it's really simple, isn't it? I mean, not really, but it's actually very complicated when you think about it, but it's actually a very simple reason why. Oh, I'm contradicting myself. Next question is, how can you learn to accept yourself? How did I learn to accept myself? You can't, I just got to a point in my mind where I just accepted it. You can't change it. It's who you are. You know, you're kind of stuck with it now, whatever it is. I can't go back. I can't turn time. What am I gonna have a chat with God and be like, hey, you know, put me back, like rewind time, put me back in my mom's stomach, and let's do this again? No, it's who I am. And it's taken me, it's going to be a very long journey for a lot of people to get there, especially if you live in an environment where it's sort of beaten into you that you're not normal, that you're different from everyone else. For example, I live in the UK, and when I came here I was 7. I genuinely didn't know that I was an albino, okay? Like, I just felt normal. I felt like part of the community way back in Africa because it wasn't really a big deal. I don't remember it being a big deal, but here, as soon as I came here, even at school, like I was just isolated. I was just like set apart from everyone else for not being normal, for being different. So that makes it worse, and it really slows down your progress of having to deal with the fact that that you have this condition. I don't like that word. And yeah, to accept it, it makes it even more difficult. So it's very difficult going into an environment where there's no one that looks like you, and because of that, how can these people all around you really understand what you're feeling? So that's the biggest problem, in my opinion. So I decided to change it. You know, I made a decision that I was going to seek out and build a community of people who looked like me, who thought like me, who felt like me. That's what I'm trying to do. And I think for anyone in whatever situation that you find yourself in, whatever condition you may or may not have, that's the good way of learning to accept yourself. So this condition or defect of albinism has not got a final say, hasn't got a final say in who you are or how you're meant to live your life. So you need to just forget it. Yes, it's a big part of you, but it's not a final deal breaker, you know. It's not a final like decision maker of your life. It's not a full stop in your life, your albinism or your blindness or whatever it is that you may be going through. So I think that's what you need to do. And if there's no one who looks or feels or like you around you, then go out there and look for them and bring them together. That's what needs to happen. And yeah, that's what has to happen. We need to put albinos in positions of prominence so that others can look at them and see them and be like, wait, I can do that too. So it's like a representation, basically. That's what I'm trying to get at. There isn't much of it. I don't think I've ever seen an albino on television or in a movie. And if they are in a movie, they're usually like represented as a comedic thing or thing that's made fun of. That's what I've noticed anyway. And also, come on man, you're an A man, what can't you do? Let's do this. Let's go out there and like change the world. So final question is, how can we break down stereotypes? My answer is education, education, education. I think that most stereotypes on albinism come from a place of ignorance. So when people aren't taught properly, when they don't quite know, that's when, you know, all these stereotypes and superstitious thoughts surrounding albinism really like get a grip of people. So when people are educated, I believe that is gonna bring about change. So we need to be educated. So, you know, and I believe in the Bible. I'm a Christian, and the Bible says people perish for lack of knowledge. So that's why all these horrible things to albinos are happening, because people aren't informed, people aren't known. So I believe that for those of us who are connected to albinism in whatever capacity, whether you're a parent, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a friend, a sibling, cousin, uncle, aunt, whatever, you need to educate yourself in order to be better equipped when it comes to fighting those who wish albinos harm in any way, shape or form. So that's what we need to do. We need to educate ourselves first, and then we can go out there and share that education and share that knowledge. So that's what I think on how we can go about breaking down stereotypes. So thank you so much for watching. This was quite a short video, at least I hope so. I always say to myself I'm gonna make a short video, but I'm a lawyer, you see. Technically I talk a lot by nature, and I've also been trained to do so. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like and comment, and tell me if you knew that the fact that some albinos have red eyes and why they have red eyes, or you know, just give me any suggestions in the comments below of what topics you want me to cover and things like that. So check out, keep an eye out for my next videos, and I will see you very soon. Thank you. Bye.